It's cold, it's winter, and let's face it, not many things grow outside. You want to garden, but you don't have a lot of outdoor space or no space at all. Or simply, you're just not the cold weather type of person. We got a solution for you. Today, we're going to show you how to grow a sun-loving variety that yields a lot, can do it all year round, and is very easy. You heard me right, I haven't lost my mind. Today, we're going to grow sunflowers. The micro version. Hello everybody and welcome back to the plot. Today we're going to take you through the step-by-step guide of how to grow sunflower microgreens. You're going to wonder why microgreens? Well, there's a lot of things going for these little fellas. They are quick, they are nutritious, you can grow them all year round and you don't need outdoor space. Usually we grow sunflowers in the garden for attracting pollinators, and hopefully if the weather is nice that summer you can get a lot of seeds out of it. But you're growing sunflower microgreens for the shoots, which you're going to use as salads, as sandwich fillers, as anything you will use rocket or lettuce. The most important thing when it comes to sunflower microgreens is the type of seed and the quality of them. The variety of seeds that we are growing is called black oil, which is the same one used for producing sunflower oil. In microgreens, when the seed is quite big, you need to soak the seed. You do that so that enough moisture is introduced into the seed so it can germinate effectively. So what we have here is about 60 grams of black oil sunflower seed, which we have been soaking for about 2 to 3 hours. That's what works usually with this seed. And we're gonna go ahead and plant this on our medium. We use 3 trays, 1 with holes for drainage and 2 without holes. We nest the one with holes inside the one without holes, and we're gonna use the 3rd one later on after we put the seeds on top of the soil. Next, we're gonna put our growing medium on top of the tray with the holes. We don't need a lot of soil. We're just gonna fill up the tray up to 1 inch. And it's very important to use good quality potting mix or compost. I use my fingers to break any big clumps. If your potting mix or your compost has perlite inside as well, it's good. And if we come across any big pieces of wood, we take them out. Then we straighten the medium, make sure there's no many bumps, because we want the seed to have contact with the soil. We just press down the soil a tiny bit so that it's nice and firm, but we don't want to compact it and make it very difficult for the roots to cut through. Next, we're gonna drain our seeds and usually if I'm home, I will just run the tap over it to make sure that any debris, we kind of wash it with a bit of pressure, make sure any debris come out, or if there's anything weird stuck into our seeds. I'm gonna leave it to drain a little bit more, just so it's easier to handle, but this is ready to be planted. Next thing, we're just gonna water a medium. We want it soaked because we will leave this without touching for around 4 days until all our seeds have germinated. But we don't want to oversaturate. So if you lift the tray and see dripping and there is a lot of water accumulating on your bottom tray, you know that you've overwatered. I cover all the area relatively slow 3 times. Another time, 2nd time on the outside. The outside is more important to be watered well because that's where water evaporates first. Now we are ready to put our seeds on top of our medium. You ready? The way I like to spread the seeds, everybody will find their own ways. I use first my fingers like that to spread them around. I like tapping them with the back side so that they don't stick in my fingers because they're wet. Tapping them and straightening them so they are flat and have a good contact with the medium. and I'm trying to spread them as evenly as possible, and if there are areas where there's really a big concentration of seeds, I move those seeds to another place. Having them flat is important because the radical of the shoot will come out from the tip of the seed and find its way into the soil. We're going to put a tiny bit of water again just to make sure that there is moisture on top of the seeds, very little, and then I'm going to use the last tray and put it on top. This is emulating the soil. Sunflower seeds need to be buried under the ground, and we don't want to bury these seeds because they're going to come all extremely dirty and they're going to come up like a forest. So that will make it impossible to harvest. They're going to be full of sticky soil. They are very tiny and fragile. When you start washing them, they're just going to start breaking, not going to be palatable, and not going to enjoy the process. So we're going to add weight, and you're going to be surprised how heavy this can go. I usually add a whole brick, 2.5 to 3 kilos of weight on top of one tray, and you can stack up to 4 trays of sunflowers together. These little guys are so powerful that they will slowly lift the tray and tip it over in search of the sun. In the winter, it is essential to keep your trays indoors because sunflower germinate best if the temperature is around 18 to 20 degrees or higher. We will leave the sunflowers to their own devices for around 4 days. By that point, they will have grown to about 1.5 to 2 centimeters high, and they will have lifted the tray a bit. My method at that point is to remove the tray, give a good watering from the top, and then place the tray again on top of them for 1 more day. The reason I do this is to help the sunflowers to shed the cell that is on top. And as you can see here, most of them have, a lot of them have the seed hulls on top of the seed. This tray has just been uncovered, so all these seeds are very easily to remove right now. And after you uncover it and take most of the seeds out, you can just give it a nice, good watering from the top and clean any debris or any soil that came up with the seed as they come up. For as long as the tray with the weight was on top of the sunflowers, they have not managed to turn around towards the light and open up. When they do that, they take a lot of space. You water them from the top, the water never really reaches down to the soil. It stays on the leaf and it can cause mold or rot or some fungal disease, and then it can spread to all your tray and destroy the greens. So that's why we lift the tray and water from under. The moisture comes from underneath, causing no problem like the ones we just mentioned. They will need about 2 to 3 days under your lights or next to your windowsill so that they get enough light. It doesn't need to be a sunny day. We are not planning to grow this into a full-blown sunflower. We will harvest these much earlier and use them as little shoots on our salads. The same way we did with the sunflowers, we can do with many other variety of seeds. One of the most easy is radish. This just came out. In another 2 to 3 days, this will be ready to harvest as well. There's many seed suppliers out there, but the one that I have been using for many years is called Sky Sprouts, and there is an affiliate link below where you can find your own seeds. Thank you for watching. This is probably one of the first microgreens video in a series of many. We have 3 hats and a plot. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. See you in the next one.